There's a new Sabrina Carpenter song out called Man-Child. Now, before you click off the video, because I'm going to talk about a contemporary song, this video is actually going to be about how the music business works. How songs are written, who writes them, how they're produced, and how they're promoted. Now, hit subscribe before we get started. Let me just play you just a little bit of the song, and bear with me because I'm going to get to it. If you want to fast forward past this, that's fine. But just check out the beginning of this.
You said your phone was broken, just forgot to charge it. Whole outfit you're wearing, God, I hope it's ironic. Did you just say you're finished? Didn't know we started. It's all just so familiar, baby. What do you call it? Stupid, or is it slow? Maybe it's useless, but there's a cuter word for it. I know.
Discussing the lyrics, and they are talking about them as if Sabrina Carpenter wrote these lyrics herself. Now, maybe Sabrina Carpenter wrote one line or changed a couple words or something. If you look at the songwriters on this, the songwriters are Amy Allen and Jack Antonoff. If you don't know those names, because many of you may not know those names, let's take a look at some of the other songs they've written. Let's begin with Amy Allen. As you can see here, the top song is the song Espresso. That was a massive hit. It's got 2.3 billion plays. Here's some other songs that Amy Allen was a writer or co-writer of: Without Me, Halsey, Adore You, Harry Styles, Greedy, Tate McRae, and so on and so forth. As I go down the list, you will recognize a lot of these songs if you know anything about pop songs. Just look at how many songs have a billion plays on here. Now next, let's look at Jack Antonoff, the other writer. Top song, Cruel Summer, Taylor Swift, 2.9 billion. And then there's another Taylor Swift, another Taylor Swift, another Taylor Swift. Then there's Please, 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 Sabrina Carpenter from the last record. Kendrick Lamar, Taylor Swift and Post Malone, Taylor Swift, Lana Del Rey, and it just goes on and on and on. Many massive hits, many songs over a billion plays. These are professional songwriters. When an artist like Sabrina Carpenter is doing a new record, after having a massive record that she did whenever it was, last year, she's presented hundreds of songs to choose from, or she will go in and write with people that she had hits with from the last record, which she did. Amy Allen was one of the writers, and so was Jack Antonoff. And they will write new songs for this thing. Yeah, she might be in the room for some of this stuff, but the fact of the matter is these same people are all over multiple hit songs. Now, was Amy Allen a songwriter in her own right? Yes, she was. As a matter of fact, this is her Spotify page. You should check it out. And Jack Antonoff also was in bands called Bleachers and Fun, but they didn't have massive careers like Sabrina Carpenter or like a lot of the people that they're writing songs for, like Taylor Swift or Tate McRae or whoever. These people are part of the professional songwriter group of people that are out there that write a majority of the big hit songs out today that we hear constantly. Now, in addition to the songwriting team, you have the management team. Sabrina Carpenter is managed by Red Light Management. You might say, who's Red Light Management? Red Light Management was started by a guy named Corin Capshaw. If you don't know that name, Corin Capshaw started Red Light in 1991 when he began managing Dave Matthews Band at the beginning of their career. Now Red Light has over 400 artists that they manage. When an artist like Sabrina Carpenter is doing a new record, they have their pick of the top songs from the biggest songwriters out there. They find all the songs, what are going to be the singles, they go in and record them, and they produce them. She's not playing anything on these records. These things are created by the producers. And then they figure out what the image is going to be for the video, for the record. And this stuff is all put together. And when I see people make videos on YouTube where they're talking about her lyrics, what this man-child thing means, it's like, it doesn't mean anything. Every bit of this video has been meticulously crafted. They do storyboards, they do all this kind of stuff. They figure out what kind of outfits, what the vibe's going to be. The same thing with the album cover art. All of it is a completely calculated thing. She's a pop star. This is a thing that I guess a lot of people don't realize, that this stuff is figured out by massive groups of people. These are not songs that are coming from Sabrina Carpenter's head. I bet she doesn't play one note on any of her records. Now, I know that she plays guitar and piano and everything. I've seen her. You can see videos of her doing that. You think she's playing anything on here? That's Jack Antonoff playing that, I'm sure. These things are just all programmed, and she sings over. They bring her in, she sings over it, she reads over the lyrics. She might say, you know, I wouldn't say that, I would say this, and she gets her songwriting credit on there. The fact of the matter is that these songwriters need artists that are young, let's be honest about it, that are the vehicles for their songs. Amy Allen has many hit songs, and she wouldn't have all these hit songs if she wasn't one of the go-to people to write hit songs for these artists. She wouldn't have all these billion stream songs. She's a go-to writer, just like Max Martin, like Jack Antonoff, these people that are known to be hit songwriters. And these are the people that make pop music happen. So when people analyze the lyrics of the songs, it's ridiculous. They're not written by these people. They're no statement. The only person that's doing that out there that's a big star, really, that I can think of off the top of my head is Billie Eilish. She and her brother write the songs together. Not only do they write them, but he plays all the parts. They're one of the very few people. I mean, how many times have I made videos and shown the 15 songwriters? I mean, even bands like Coldplay that used to write their own songs, they got 15 songwriters on every song. That's just the way pop music is done. It doesn't matter if it's hip hop, if it's pop, if it's rock. So when you start talking about songs, you make videos where you're analyzing the lyrics, or if you see things where people are analyzing the lyrics as if Sabrina Carpenter actually wrote them herself, that's ridiculous because she's not involved in that stuff. I may be wrong. Maybe she wrote all those lyrics. But if she wrote all those lyrics, why isn't she out there writing hit songs for other people? If you go down Amy Allen's list of songs, you see the song Greedy by Tate McRae. Tate McRae does write some of her own songs. But one of the co-writers on that is Ryan Tedder, who's another professional songwriter. You may recognize his name because he's the singer of One Republic. And if you go to the songs that he's co-written, because he co-writes for everybody. You see the first song is Counting Stars, just hit 3 billion streams. You see Maroon 5 on here, Tate McRae, Beyonce, Jonas Brothers, Ed Sheeran, Miley Cyrus, Lil Nas X. He has so many big songs, so many songs that are over 1 billion plays too. He's another professional songwriter that writes for so many artists. And this is how the music business works. If there's anything I can add to the conversation, it's that there are people behind the scenes that are really doing the heavy lifting. The songwriters, in order to get cuts on records, have to give up some of their songwriting credit to these artists in almost every case. You'll see the artist credited even if they had nothing to do with it. This has been going on since the beginning of the music business. In order to get your song cut by a huge star, you have to give them a piece of the song, even if they wrote nothing. And it's really terrible, especially when there's so little money in the business these days as compared to 25 years ago even, that these people still have to give up part of their creative work in order to just get a song recorded on a big record. Now, maybe you'll be like, well, hey, it wouldn't be on the record and they wouldn't even get a chance anyways. Fair argument. I'd love to know your thoughts on this topic. Leave a comment, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.